Hi. So in this video I wanted to talk a bit about a pretty big decision I made recently. And now if you follow my blog you'll see that I did write a short little post about this, but I wanted to go more in depth and talk more about, I don't know, just the more talky side of it that I can't really express so well in writing. But before I get into that, you should definitely watch my video where I talked about my coming out story and stuff, and the one where I was talking about me realizing that I'm genderqueer and all that stuff. You should watch that first because you need to know that kind of background, like where I'm coming from, before I talk about this, if that makes sense. So the decision that I'm referring to is the decision to not get chest surgery in May like I had originally planned. Anyone who knows me will realize that that's like a big thing because for the last 3 or 4 years that's been like a big goal of mine, and the fact that I've now decided that I don't want that, that's pretty shocking. Like, I didn't let on to pretty much anyone that I was having doubts until like 2 days ago, because it kind of was a thing that I felt like I wasn't allowed to have doubts about, like as if I had to prove to people that I really did want it. And that's ridiculous, to be honest, because it's not necessary. No one should make me feel that way, like especially not me. I shouldn't make myself feel like I have to justify myself, and that's exactly what I felt like with the gender thing too. I mean, I don't need to get too into that because there is the video that I already made, but with that I kind of felt like I had to justify being transgender, and so I had to be like fully transgender, otherwise people would doubt me. But since I realized I was genderqueer, I've taken down those barriers I put inside my head where I blocked myself off of anything that I deemed would make me come across as feminine. So it was like, no, I don't like that anymore. No, I'm not allowed to like that. I can't like that. I don't like that. Even though, in actuality, I'm not male. I'm genderqueer. I'm something in between. And that's okay. And I've slowly been coming to terms with that. And as I've been coming to terms with that, I've become more comfortable with who I am. And I don't feel the need to change that. Like, I don't really wear binders anymore. I've embraced much more of accepting who I am. Like, I actually don't mind my body now, which is a weird thing to say or to think, but it's kind of true. I'm actually decently happy with where I am, and I don't want to change that, especially because, like with the surgery, there's no undo. Because I've been having doubts about it, like if I was really sure, pretty much since I first talked to my doctor and got the whole process started to get my surgery booked. I was like, what if I don't want it? What if I change my mind? What if I regret it? That was the big one. What if I regret it? Because once it's done, it's done. You can't exactly put it back on. You can't undo it. And with me deciding not to get surgery, if I change my mind in 2 years, 3 years, I could always schedule it again. I can go through the process and get all the paperwork signed and do it again. That is so much easier than trying to undo having the surgery done. And besides that, I was getting really stressed out about the idea of the scramble of, like, my college finishes on April 28th and the surgery was scheduled for May 2nd. That gave me like 4 or 5 days between the end of the school year and when I had the surgery done. And then the rest of my summer was going to be gone because I would be stuck recovering pretty much the whole summer, because from what I've heard, it takes months to get full mobility back. That sucks. And that gets in the way of other plans that I have in my personal life. Like, I want to start looking for apartments with my boyfriend, and that kind of puts a time crunch on getting a place all situated and stuff with enough time to not be in a panic before I had to leave, and then I would be stuck, like probably back in Woodstock with my family during the recovery time, and then, you know, he'd be left all by himself here, and I wouldn't, you know, it would just be a mess. And also I would miss him a fuck ton, but that's a whole different side. And it's just, there were so many negatives, and really the only positive for why I would want to get the surgery was the being able to be shirtless around people in public and stuff. And I don't care about that so much. I don't think I would actually be comfortable with that because I'm just really shy, and also I get chilly. So I don't know if I would actually be comfortable with that. So yeah, that's what I've realized. And as soon as I came to that realization, like I talked it through with my boyfriend and with my mom, and once I came to that decision that I'm not going to have the surgery in May, the huge weight was lifted off my shoulders. I felt such a relief. Like, I didn't even realize it was stressing me out so much, but now that I've actually made the decision, I feel so much better. So I'm happy with where I've come in my personal growth and discovering who I am and what I want to be and where I want to go with life. And yeah, I'm kind of glad that I'm recording and documenting this journey, because I mean, I don't exactly enjoy looking back on my old videos or even my current videos, but it's really nice having this record of not just my thoughts, which I could have in writing, or my face as it changes, as I could have in photos, but just this whole essence that a video has that those other records, forms of record taking don't have. Like, it captures more, I think, to actually have me here talking. So that's this new chapter, I suppose, in my life story, and hopefully you found this entertaining, informative, something, perhaps educational, I don't know. I have a few ideas for videos that I'd like to make soon, so hopefully you'll see those shortly if I actually do get around to making them. If not, they'll happen eventually. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.